don't let people fall for this bullshit. So enough time has passed for the waist trainer for girls to have come and gone. Enough people have received them, used them, and figured out that they don't do jack all. So what do you do to a market now that doesn't believe in your product? How about, instead of girls, you target guys, rewrap the product into something else, and sell that to men? I introduce to you the V Trainer. Support your back, better posture, trim that waist. It's a goddamn corset. They were popular in the 1800s. Why did they stop using them in the 1800s? If by support your back, you mean compress your organs and weaken your spine through atrophy due to now your body relying on external support, yes, definitely. The only difference is it's now made out of a soft material. At least when women wore corsets in the 1800s, they were made out of whalebone and things like that in order to actually bring in that waist. Now we know that wasn't healthy, but at least it had the aesthetic effects we are now trying to achieve. Promote better posture. Going back to the fact that wearing something supportive generally atrophies muscles, as in makes it smaller. Sure, you may look like you've got better posture while wearing it, but day to day, unless you're sleeping, living, breathing, eating, everything in this thing, your posture is going to go to crap with weaker muscles. So, by letting these muscles atrophy, by giving it external support, do you really think it's going to promote better support? Tighten your waist. This isn't going to tighten your waist. This is not going to give you a V taper. If wearing something tight around your waist would bring it in, I'm fairly sure there is a sport that involves resistance training, powerlifters, and they wear 13mm belts. That's like this thick. Surely with this added support, they must all have nice tight waists, a giant V taper. If you think of the stereotypical powerlifter, they tend to have big, blocky waists. And this comes from bracing your abs into something that is providing external pressure inwards. So this is pretty much the complete opposite desired effect. Because once you take off the belt, you actually can end up with a blockier waist because you're used to pushing those muscles outwards and letting them hypertrophy outwards. So these guys with their V tapers and stuff, most of the time that comes from the reverse. We're talking stomach vacuums, stuff like that. But before we get into that, let's look at some of the people promoting this shit. Oh yeah, I'll give it to that guy. He's pretty aesthetic, pretty lean. Can we take a moment to really look at this video? As soon as he opens up the V Trainer, he engages and pulls his abs in, almost as though the V Trainer isn't what's giving him his V taper to begin with. Who would have thought? Secondly, the dude is jacked. I'm not one to say that guy's on steroids, but judging by the gyno he has, what is gyno, you might ask? It's when your estrogen levels are thrown out by your testosterone levels and you get a little bit of fatty tissue around the nipples. Usually a sign of steroids. And as you can see with this guy so lean, he still seems to have a bit of fatty tissue around his nipples. Maybe it's natural. Maybe he did get these gains through wearing a V Trainer. Or maybe he had some enhancement. Who knows? Employ your critical thinking. Maybe he's on juice, or maybe he really does look like that because of the V Trainer. I know which way I'm leaning towards. Now let's move on to their next little video. Yes, a dude deadlifting. This is definitely my territory. First of all, before we say anything, can we have a moment to look at that guy's plate setup? What's going on there? He's using 15s? By my calculations, somewhere in the range of 200 and 220 on the bar, but he's using smaller plates in order to make the weight look more impressive. So dude is strong, went up pretty well, but it's not anything that spectacular. But as you can see, he doesn't even have to brace through that lift. He could do that lift beltless. The V-trainer is doing jack shit. And if you did need to brace, I can guarantee you it doesn't even provide the support in order to brace correctly through a deadlift. And as you can see from the classic I'm a fitness model standing against a nice car pose for Instagram, this is purely a way to sell to his followers. In fact, all of these people are just in it to push the product to their followers so they can get a kickback. There is really no way that you're going to speed up the process to having a V-taper. A V-taper is all about building up the lats, losing some body fat, building out those shoulders, those traps, and really just the upper back in general. That is what is going to give you the V-taper. If I were to give it the benefit of the doubt, which is not how they are presenting the product, I'm going to say that maybe it helps you engage your core by having a external stimulus that you can feel the muscles. But that is not how the product is being marketed. It is being marketed as a way to trim your waist, which it is definitely not going to do. So please, my friends, do not fall for this rubbish. If you like this kind of video in which I just go in on some of the absolute bullshit that is in the fitness industry, let me know and I'll do more of them. But until then, keep working hard, keep making those gains, building that V-taper the natural way, and happy lifting.